Uh-oh.
Oh no, what happened? We really are cursed.
Yeah.
There'll be food and drink and ghosts, and perhaps even a few murders. You're all invited.
Welcome to another week of House of Ghouls horror movie podcast. I'm your host, Ian VanGhoul, joined as always by my best friends and co-hosts, Colby Does Horror and Crystal. What's up? How are you guys doing this week?
I've been better. We'll talk about it when we talk about what we watched.
Fair enough. Crystal, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Just happy to be here.
Well, this week we are going to be talking all about a brand new movie. Now, we haven't dedicated a full episode to one movie until now, but this one is worth it. And we're going to be talking about Sinners. So we're going to go through our normal subtopics that we usually go through, and then we will get into the movie. I'll probably kind of start off a little kind of spoiler free, but then once we kind of fully get into it, we'll give a little warning. So if you haven't seen Sinners, pause it at that point, go watch Sinners, and then come back and finish the episode. But all that said, let's get into the scary movie news.
Scary movie.
Here. So what do we got for the news this week?
I have one.
What you got?
Emilio Estevez wrote a quote, bitchin, unquote, sequel to Maximum Overdrive. I didn't open it or anything. I just saw the title. I don't know if it's greenlit, what they're doing with it, but I would have been down for it. I loved Maximum Overdrive as a kid.
That's great.
It's great.
That's great. That's great news. No, there nothing is happening with it. He wrote it a few years ago, from what I understand.
But it was bitchin'.
Yeah, apparently it was bitching. I don't know. I don't know if anyone else has read it, but according to Emilio Estevez, his script is bitching.
Crystal.
Yeah, I got a few things. Um, so the Predator Badlands teaser trailer was released this week, and you've never seen a Predator movie quite like this before. So this news entry is set on a remote planet where a young predator is outcasted from his clan and finds an unlikely ally, and his ally is played by Ellie Fanning. They embark on a treacherous journey in search of the ultimate adversary. Don't know what that means. He is the main protagonist in this film, and it's going to hit theaters November 7th of this year. So,
What did you guys think about it?
I've seen better.
I really like the idea. I like the design of the Predator, like the teenage Predator, but I don't like how much CGI they use, especially in his face. But we have already seen Predator as a protagonist in the AVP movies. But I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I caught a couple Easter eggs that they're gonna set up another AVP universe, which I liked. But yeah, I mean, I'm not like over the moon about it, but I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna watch it. Like I loved Prey, so I don't want to doubt Dan Trachtenberg just off of one trailer. I
Right.
just think the trailer wasn't great. Um, yeah, I don't know. There's nothing really about it that stood out to me. I mean, other like the visuals look cool, but yeah, the Predator, like he looks different. It's cool, but he also looks kind of off, and it does look very CGI heavy. I know they said there's a lot of practical effects, but it does look very CGI heavy.
Hmm.
And I wasn't a big fan of them showing Elle Fanning and what she is like in the trailer, the very first trailer.
Hmm.
I like that's the shit that like I try to avoid in trailers, but I also watch them because I talk about them. But yeah, that irks me a little bit. Like I would have loved to find that out in the movie.
What do you think about the lightsabers?
I mean, I love lightsabers, so
What did I say in the group chat? I said, "You guys see the new trailer for the new Star Wars movie?"
and I was like, wait, that was a typo. And I was like, oh no, you weren't kidding.
You,
Never
didn't
mind.
autocorrect.
You
how'd you
did not
autocorrect that?
this. I was like, how did you autocorrect from Star Wars to Predator?
Speaking of Star Wars, though, I did get a Star Wars cup at the movie theater today because they are showing Revenge of the Sith. in the theaters again. And I almost bought a Darth Vader popcorn bucket.
Ooh, should have.
I bought the
I'm gonna go
comfort
see that,
set.
I think, with some friends this weekend. Again.
Hell yeah. I wish I wasn't working all weekend.
Yeah. Crystal, what do you think of the trailer?
See, I don't know enough about the Predator lore. I've seen some of it, so I'm not super tapped into it. An outsider's perspective, it looks cool. It looks like there's a lot of action, and I feel like it's different than what I can remember, like the premise of Predator. Um, like I know there was action in it, but it's it's different. I respect that they're obviously trying to expand the universe a bit more with this, especially because it's the younger Predator, so it's trying to, go back to see what he was before all the everything else happened. So I don't know. I'm sure.
Question.
Well,
Have you seen Predator 2, Crystal?
I don't think so. Maybe a long time ago.
It's the best one. That's the only one you need to watch.
Okay. Watch that one. I remember seeing them a long time ago, so to refresh my memory.
I don't know what's up with me in part twos.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you do love part twos.
I do. Yeah, I do.
Okay, so some more news. I don't know if you've heard about this new extraterrestrial horror movie. It's gonna star Tony Todd and Tobin Bell. It's called The Bunker. There's a trailer for it. So before Tony Todd passed away, obviously he had a handful of upcoming projects, including this film and Final Destination. In this one, it's said to be to explore isolation, paranormal, and or not paranormal, paranoia and survival under pressure. Earth faces an unprecedented threat as mysterious alien ships appear in the sky. So should be cool. What do you guys
Sounds
think?
like sounds like Predator.
Yeah, I didn't check out the trailer just because I'm just not a fan of watching trailers because I don't like to get any like I don't want any spoilers. So
Mhm.
I'll read like a little bit of a synopsis, but I'd be interested to see what their roles are in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in it. Obviously, I love Tony Todd and Tobin Bell.
Mhm.
Um, it doesn't fit exactly for Tony Todd because he had a lot of really good roles outside of Candyman. But I've noticed with Tobin Bell, just like a lot of other like significant horror actors outside of the Saw franchise, I'm not a huge fan of the movies that he's in.
Mhm.
I don't even know any of the other movies that he's in, to be honest.
Yeah,
Clown
I
Motel.
mean, yeah, they're usually just like very indie,
Okay.
but he's in them so that his name's on it so they
Mhm.
can sell the movie.
Mm, okay.
So I'm
But
always kind of
we know what they're doing.
yeah, we know. But I mean, I give them all their fair shot, so I'm, definitely check it out. But yeah, anytime I see like a couple big names on a movie I've never heard of, like 9 times out of 10, it's probably not very good.
Mhm.
Uh,
Death House.
Fuck that.
And then this is cool because we talked about this earlier. The Mortuary Assistant video game adaptation is now in production. And it's going to be starring Willow Holland, who's from Arrow, and Paul Sparks, who's from Castle Rock. So Holland is the one who's going to be playing Rebecca Owens, who is the recent mortuary science graduate who takes a night shift job at the Riverfields mortuary. Of course, all seems normal, but then things start to take a dark turn. So the movie is said to be a new chapter in the story that will expand on the game's world, the mythology, and delving deeper into the lore of the demonic entities.
So
Right.
I've never heard of this game, but I see
Oh
a
my God,
lot of
it's so
people
good.
losing their shit over this news. So I am intrigued.
Yeah, I never got a chance to play it because it's the PC game. I think maybe now it might be on PlayStation, but regardless, so I've never played it, but I've seen plenty of people playing it, and it's fucking gnarly. There's some pretty terrifying shit in it.
Is it legitimately scarier than like Outlast and like Phasmophobia and shit?
I wouldn't say
Mm,
that. Like I'm still waiting for the Outlast movie. but I mean, it's up there with them though. Like it's got some pretty intense shit in it.
Damn.
Yeah, I feel like I mean, I feel like this with a lot of the PC games, this with the PC horror games is it's all jump scares, which I'm okay with because it's a video game. So you're playing like your POV is playing like the main character. But there are some really creepy things in there because like bodies are moving and like you're doing all kinds of things and you're pulling out like gurneys and stuff like that. Um and then there's a bunch of like other stuff you have to do in the game. It's really cool. It's really cool. So I'm really excited
I'm
to see what
down.
they're going to do with this.
I'm definitely down to watch it.
Yeah. And then the last piece of news, the iconic late 90s film Urban Legend is getting a reboot. The plot details are unknown, but it is said that the story aims to be an examination of what an urban legend looks like in the post-digital world.
So more
So
like creepy pastas.
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking like maybe something with creepypastas or something with like, um, yeah, because I'm trying to think of anything if there's like any kind of urban legend like with a phone. I don't think so. Like I know there's urban legends like if you dial a certain number, you like call hell. So maybe they'll do something like that, but I can't think of anything that would have to, yeah, because it's an urban legend. So.
I'm all in. I think that's dope.
Absolutely.
I like all three of the Urban Legend movies. Even the Bloody Mary one I thought was dope.
Yeah,
Urban Legend's Final Cut goes fucking hard. I love that one too.
Mhm.
absolutely. Yeah, that I feel the same way towards them as I do Final Destination. Like they can make 100 of them, and I'm gonna watch every single one and
Hmm.
probably love every single one, just because it's like it's just a dumb fun movie. So absolutely, I'm all about it.
I,
Yeah, I want to see what those urban legends are.
yeah, I like that you because I didn't read any of it or anything. I rarely read news. Ian is my news source.
That's what's up.
But I was actually thinking like that'd be cool if they like do more modern kind of urban legends like creepy pastas. But I don't know which ones they would do without using like Slender Man and like actual like fucking figures in the creepypasta lore. But I'm excited to see what they do. I think that's a really cool idea.
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I like if they're modernizing it, I'm into it. That keeps it fresh, even if it is a reboot. It's not going to be the same thing.
Mhm.
Which brings me to my kind of news of the week. Talking about rehashing and reboots and things that look exactly the same. I know what you did last summer. Trailer dropped,
I was gonna bring that up if no one else did.
and look, I like the first one. I don't like the sequels, and this looks fucking
The
terrible.
sequel number two is so good. Oh, I sound like
I
I love part two. I
I
love part two.
look. I'm never negative about movies. I try not to be, but part two is, in my opinion, one of the worst sequels ever made. I can't stand that movie.
Dude, Jamaican Jack Black, come on.
I That's one of the main reasons why I can't stand that movie.
Oh man. I was actually just watching School of Rock while Coda was gone at the store and Cam wanted to watch a movie, so we were watching School of Rock.
I don't mind that one as much, but most of his movies I just can't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one because I'm not the biggest Jack Black fan. I love him as a person and everything, but not I just don't like his movies. And I like Shallow Hal. Shallow Hal's decent. I don't know why we're still talking about Jack Black. Let's get back to I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Well, hopefully he's not in. I know what you did last summer.
I hope he is.
he dies. So not that that
That
means
doesn't.
anything. That doesn't
They'll
mean
bring him
anything
back.
with these '90s horror movies. They bring them all back. Look at Billy.
Yeah. But look, this trailer just looks, it's so corny. And it's literally the same thing. It's a group of people that have a car accident that they've obviously killed somebody. And just the dialogue, the fucking Freddie Prince Jr. scene in the trailer. And then fucking Jennifer Love Hewitt. Like, I love Jennifer Love Hewitt, but her showing up in that trailer and just like looking behind her shoulder. And then she's like,
What
I
did you
have
do?
one question. What did you do last summer? Like, are
Dude,
you fucking kidding me? Am I supposed to take this serious? Like, what is this?
it looks horrible. And every single character in that movie I already fucking hate.
Yes.
That one girl's like, it's so beautiful here. I could die. Like, What?
Look, I
I
hope it's great. I hope it's great, but I'm gonna talk shit on it until I see it.
Dude, I had a rage bait video planned for today for I know you did last summer, and I clipped the part where she's saying, "What did you do last summer?" And then that girl saying, "It's so beautiful." And I was gonna say something like, you guys really don't think this looks good, right?"
I
I don't think it looks
please.
good. I think it's gonna be so campy and so stupid. But I feel like I'm hoping that it'll kind of just be like the kills are cool. Like, because I feel like in the trailer that kill was cool. Like he used the harpoon. Like I'm pretty sure from what I can remember, and I know what you did last summer lore, he's only ever used the hook. And now he's using the harpoon thing. So I thought that was cool. So hopefully the kills make up for it.
Remember,
Because it's corny.
remember in the first one when that guy got the hook through his fucking the bottom of his chin? That was
Mhm.
dope. I do like that.
To me, I like the first one, but I'm just hoping it's like Ben's daughter and there's some other clever name, like Ben's son.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Bend over.
Funny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw the trailer in the theater today too, and it looked even worse on the big screen. I'm
This
just
isn't
kidding.
the first time this has happened here. Like really,
God.
same town, and happens in again.
Right. It's happened 3 times so far. What are you doing?
Yeah, like you can tell like
Can we
Freddie,
get a street lamp or something? Can we get a crosswalk? Maybe like a stop sign on
you
this
can
one.
tell you can absolutely tell Freddie and Jennifer are there for a paycheck.
Oh, absolutely.
And I did just see something today that they also try to bring Sarah Michelle Gellar back.
Hmm.
She just
Hmm.
gets a
I don't know
picture,
how.
picture at a
Well,
gravestone.
actually, I don't know. She gets a picture.
Fuck it, bring back Ryan Phillippe.
Fuck yeah. I'll get behind this movie if that happens.
Nope. Sarah Michelle Gellar said, no, I'm going to be in the Ready or Not sequel instead, actually. So,
Yes.
She's like, I'm gonna choose a good role instead.
And yeah, let's talk about some good news now. Sarah Michelle Gellar and Catherine Newton are going to be in the sequel to Ready or Not.
hmm hmm
That whole cast is stacked.
I have like a weird obsession with Catherine Newton. Not like I think she's like super hot or anything like that. Like I'm just like obsessed with her as an actress and every movie she's in,
She's
especially
just
Detective
cute.
Pikachu.
Like her whole personality is just cute.
Yeah, she's like cute and innocent.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, like little quirky and shit.
I love her.
Yeah, I agree. I think Elijah Wood is casting that too.
Yeah, yep, Elijah
Yep.
Wood as well.
hmm I wonder what their characters are going to be. I wonder what they're going to do in this one. I haven't read any details about it, so I don't even know if there are any.
We never talked about Elijah Wood and the monkey either.
Oh shit, no.
He was hilarious in that.
He was. I didn't know he was in it until he popped up. Funny.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all I got. That's all I got for news.
Fresh out of news. There was another trailer too, but I can't remember what it was I watched.
Probably
It
wasn't
might have been
important
Predator.
then.
Hmm?
Probably wasn't important then.
Probably not. Well, what did we watch this week?
Uh,
Somebody. Anybody.
I just got back from the theater seeing Until Dawn, and it felt like I don't know, it just dragged. It was horrible. It was like watching a bunch of brain rot fucking kids run around. It was just bad. Like the kills, I will say the kills are 10 out of 10. Like I think the kills in this might top the kills in the monkey, but
Ooh,
everything else about that movie is a miss. Like complete
damn.
fucking miss.
I think I'm still gonna try and go see it tomorrow. But obviously without spoilers, does it have anything to do with the game at all?
Not really. There and I did notice one Easter egg to the game towards the end of the movie. No, okay. The only other thing I liked about the movie is Peter Stormare. That's it.
Okay, yeah, I knew he was in it. Yeah,
But I can't even explain how much I hated every single character in this movie.
that's disappointing. Like I said, I didn't have high hopes anyway. As soon as they said they were changing it up from what they initially were gonna do, so but
Like,
I was still hopeful.
have you seen all those videos going around of, with those idiot kids in the Minecraft movie, like throwing the popcorn and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
just being
Chicken
extremely
jockey.
obnoxious? Yeah, that.
Mhm.
Imagine a movie cast full of those people.
Oh
Uh,
no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
yeah, that sounds terrible. I can't wait to see it.
So I don't know anything about this. Is it a popular video game? I assume so if they made
It's an
it.
awesome video game.
Hmm.
So then why would they divert so far away from the video game?
I don't know. And the cast of the video game is like I can't even put into words how much better is than this. Like the cast has Remy Malik in it, Hayden Panettiere,
Oh,
who
really?
else? They're like it's a really good cast for the video game. And it's like it's like all motion capture, so it looks extremely real. And
Yep.
it's a game
Okay.
where like you any like it's a decision based game, so any decision you make will affect like anything in the game.
Hmm.
Like you could step on this stick and like a character will end up dying later because of that choice. But yeah, it's nothing like the game. I don't even know why they chose to make that like to adapt that from a game to a movie because it's literally a cinematic experience playing the game.
True.
So it's questionable choices.
Maybe that's
Yeah,
why they had to deviate so far from it because of how this game is set up. But then don't do it. Don't do the movie then. It's like cash grab. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
Is that what it kind of feels like to you?
it did.
Okay.
But again, like I don't want people to give this movie money, but the kills are really fun. The kills are what kept me from leaving. I didn't even stay after to see if there was an end credit scene. I didn't give a fuck. Like movie was over, everybody else was still chilling. I was got up and left. Like and
yeah.
like the it's like an hour and 46 minutes long too. The third act drags on so long. Like I was nodding off. I was I was tired. Like the movie made me fucking tired. And I was really hyped for this movie. I was hyped when they announced it, disappointed when they said it's gonna be nothing like the game, but hyped again when they showed the trailer. I was like, oh, this trailer looks kind of sick. But yeah, I was very disappointed.
But yeah, Crystal, the game is it's similar in style, not gameplay or content, but it's similar in style to The Last of Us
Okay.
as a game. So like it can be a movie, like it plays out like a movie. So like they could have adapted it like The Last of Us, where they kept the core of everything and just changed little stuff here and there. Or, they apparently went the route of just keeping the title and changing everything else.
Like there's a lot more cutscenes than gameplay.
Hmm.
And you're excited. Like you're more excited for the cutscenes than fucking making the choices and playing the game.
I killed so many people in that game.
I tried to do it where I killed everybody and then I tried to play again where I saved everybody.
Yeah, I've tried that too. They always die.
Yeah. Have you played The Quarry?
I've seen gameplay. I've always meant to. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Dude, I think The Quarry is better than Until Dawn.
That's fair.
I love that one. And I think the cast in The Quarry is way more stacked too.
It does have a stack cast.
Yeah, David Arquette, Ethan Suplee, Justice Smith, the boyfriend that gets killed in Halloween 2018. There's a bunch of people in that game. Okay, let me move on to what else I watched. Fuck. That movie pissed me off. Last night I watched Dead Male. That is the newest Shudder original that released last week. I started it. I was like 15 minutes in. I was like, this might be a banger. Like I loved it. I was locked in. But then the movie made some choices and I wasn't a big fan of and I disliked it.
Oh no, I liked it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I did not like that they took out like the most interesting character in the very
Oh,
beginning.
no, I agree with that. Absolutely. I wish that they had kept him in. I wanted to see more of what he was doing.
He
Just
was
kind of,
fucking awesome.
yeah, yeah, no, he was I agree with you on that. Um I'm trying to think like I liked it. I think I liked it because of the vibe of it. Like it was really cool.
I did like the 80s aesthetic.
Yeah. And I like the way that it did wrap up in the end. So, but what I will say though is that justice was not served the way that I wanted.
No, I wasn't satisfied. But another thing I did enjoy, like the villain in that movie, it felt like it could be a villain from like Breaking Bad.
Mm, mm-hmm.
I was
Mm-hmm.
getting those kind of vibes as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I also last night I also watched Hell of a Summer. I liked it. There's a lot of things I didn't like about it, but overall I thought it was a decent movie. It was fun. It was definitely a lot more comedy than um horror. And it started off really strong. Like the kills were really good, like the two opening kills, but then it just kind of the kills got pretty tame. But I still like the comedy. It was still decent. And then I watched God damn it, I have to say this fucking word again.
I have it in
Thana
my notes says blah 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 because I was
Thana Thanatomorphous.
like,
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. It was gross. It was I wouldn't say it's a good movie. It has a cool message of like depression, loneliness, and like self-hatred and stuff like that. But it's just a gnarly body horror of just this weird naked girl rotting away the entire movie.
Yeah.
Um, I also watched The Surfer, which I really dug The Surfer.
Oh, hell yeah.
I watched one called Hippo. Hippo was a 5-star fucking watch. It's not really horror, it's more like really, really dark comedy, but it's shot in black and white, and it reminded me of Napoleon Dynamite meets something else. I can't remember what I said, but it was it was Napoleon Dynamite meets Dogtooth.
mm.
If you've never seen Dogtooth, that movie's fucked up. But yeah, Hippo was pretty fucked up, but it was a really good movie. And then I watched Critters 2 for Easter.
Of course it
Also,
was two.
also it's better than the original. And I watched 2 because it's an Easter movie, so. And then last, I watched The Dawn of the Dead, the Monroe Mall cut.
With
Yay.
more mall.
Dude,
More.
it was a lot longer because it's like a 2.5 hour movie in general already, right?
Is it that long?
Um,
Maybe just under 2.5 or something.
yeah, I think it's between like maybe like 2 hours and 15,
It's
something like
almost
that.
this one's almost 3 hours long.
All
Dang.
that mall, dude.
I was just gonna say that.
They had
Just
a lot of mall to cover.
interior, exterior, back lot, side lot.
Yeah, it's a pretty big mall.
But obviously it's a classic. It's a 5 out of 5. But I've decided that I do enjoy the Zack Snyder version better.
I mean, that's fair. It is more exciting.
Yeah, yeah, it's more exciting. But I mean, I love the kid. I mean, it's a lot smaller, more like I can't think of the word, but like it's there's a lot less characters in this one. You care about them a lot more.
True.
True. Yep.
But yeah, I mean, they both have their pros and cons. But yeah, I mean, I love both of them.
Yeah, I think with Snyder's, I feel like he did a remake like the right way.
Mhm.
Like he kept it in a mall, but like outside of that, it's not really like it doesn't follow the same story other than people being in a mall.
Yeah,
Like
nothing
he
like
changes
they're
it up.
nothing alike.
No.
Mhm.
Even the
So
zombies are different. They're fucking
yeah,
sprinting zombies.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So yeah, I think he I know he gets a lot of shit for his movies, but I think out of all of them, like he nailed a remake of Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, dude, I love Zack Snyder's movies. Like Sucker Punch. Sucker
I
Punch is one
love
of my
Sucker Punch.
fucking
I
comfort
was
movies.
just gonna talk about because I saw something about that. I remember watching that movie and I was like, I forgot how cool this movie is.
Love it.
I
Wasn't that
I
threw
saw
also
that.
I
video
threw
game?
that one on the other week.
Yeah, I saw that one in theaters, and it's still one of my favorite ones I've ever seen in the theater.
Banger. But yeah, that's all my movies.
Crystal, what'd you watch?
I watched American Mary.
Love
Uh,
it.
One of my favorites.
love it, love it. Dark, seedy. Then I watched Shadow of God on Shudder. It was okay. Um, I liked that the priest was a little bit more rough around the edges. I feel like when you meet the priest in some exorcism or exorcist possession movies, they're all like very super religious or they're like trying to find their faith again kind of thing. But
Mhm.
this one, he seemed like he was very steadfast in his faith and the he was kind of put up to this challenge of this small town where he came from. It lost me by the third act though, because it got real weird. It kind of reminded me a little bit of like one of the Indiana Jones movies. I can't think of it right now. Um, like I think it was like Raiders of the Lost Ark or something. Like it looked like that, and I was just like, I don't know what's happening anymore, and I don't care. Um, and then I watched Drop. Um,
Oh,
yeah, I saw Drop. It was good. It was fun. I mean, love Christopher Landon, so honestly love
me
anything
too.
he does. Um, I think it was a fun movie. You know, was it like the best movie ever? No, but it was cool. And then I watched it's called School Spirit. It's on Hulu. I guess it's part of like Into the Dark anthology. Have you guys heard about that?
I know what it is. I just haven't watched it.
Mm.
Yeah, it was okay. Kind of like reminded me of Breakfast Club with a modern twist and a horror twist, but not good.
Is that the one that's part of like the Pretty Little Liars, or is that
Um,
something else?
I don't think so.
No, I
Um,
think that was on Netflix. Just kidding.
but it was okay. I just, needed something that wasn't that whatever that movie. I don't even know how to say the title.
Palate
Um,
cleanser.
then I watched that movie. That was disgusting. Um, and then I'm in the middle of watching this movie called, I think, Ravers. Have you guys heard about it? It's on Tubi.
Uh-uh.
So stupid. Um, there's these people, they're drinking an energy drink, and something gets in the energy drink and it makes them all crazy and they all start killing each other.
Sounds like climax.
It's real stupid.
Are the
But
are the kills cool?
it's CGI, like
Oh,
mostly CGI, so it's
love
okay.
that.
There's some practical, but I don't know. I'm halfway, almost done with it. Kind of sucks though. So we'll see how it wraps up. But that's all I watched this week. So, oh, and then I watched obviously episode 2 of The Last of Us. So
Mhm.
Whew.
Yeah, I decided I'm going to stop talking about it because I'm just wrong every week. And so Last of Us episode drops the night before this episode, our new episode. So it, yeah, I just sound like an idiot. So I'm just going to stop talking about it.
Dude, I'm glad they did it, but my eyes were sweating a little bit while I was watching it. Like, I'm glad, but like it was still sad.
I couldn't believe my eyes because I was real confused on the timeline of our conversation versus when I watched the episode. And I was like, I feel like, and then I remembered that we had talked on Friday and the
Mhm.
episode aired on Sunday. And I was like, no, they didn't know what happened until Sunday. Okay. I was very confused because I was
Yeah.
like, wait, they told me that it didn't happen yet, and then it happened.
That's
And then I
so
was
funny.
like, never mind, that conversation was on Friday. No. So
Yeah. But yeah, no, that episode brought me back. I loved it. I loved everything about it.
oh my
Um,
God, oh, it was crazy.
it was. I think maybe once this season's over, we'll have like a whole episode about it, about the whole season.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I watched Final Days, Tales from the End Times,
Banger.
banger.
Dude, did you like
Uh,
the grandma segment?
I loved Grandma.
It was like scary.
It's yeah. I even told Dylan that. But yeah, I think it's the scariest thing he's done so far.
Mhm.
Like that shit went hard. Um, then from there, I watched She Was So Pretty. It's like a super indie from 2016. Kind of like a serial killer-ish type vibe, but this like really fucking gnarly, dorky dude is creepy as fuck, and he just like kidnaps people. But he abducts this girl and then like just keeps her at his house. It's implied like the typical shit like that, but nothing like graphic is shown. But it's still just like super icky and disturbing. But yeah, I dug it. I watched Unspeakable, Beyond the Wall of Sleep.
Dude. I just choked on spit.
That like I said in my review, that I mean, H.P. Lovecraft adaptations are always weird to some degree,
Mhm.
but that might be the most off the wall, fucking ridiculous one that I've ever seen. Like, there's monster cocks through that whole fucking movie.
I'm not gonna watch that movie. Don't send me that.
Don't send me that.
It's it's hilarious.
It's fucking it's wild. I
It
never
is.
finished it. I need to.
You need to, yeah. Yeah, I mean Edward Furlong in the lead role,
Yes, I love Eddie.
I was gonna say I love him too.
but it's hilarious though because like he's playing like this like doctor character, like this professional character, and it's just him like looking like he just rolled out of bed.
Always, always.
Oh man.
But yeah, it's not a good movie, but it's like a just ridiculous, fun, completely off the wall movie.
I just thought of the greatest idea.
What's that?
I want to get Eddie Furlong on the podcast.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
I think it's doable.
I would hope so. Yeah, I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna talk about Pet Cemetery 2 and Terminator 2 the whole time.
I love
Right.
those
I'm
sequels,
just
man.
talking about Terminator 2 the whole time. Like, so tell me, who was it? He probably doesn't even want to fucking talk about it anymore. He's probably like, I don't want to talk about this anymore. Actually, you never know. Some people like to talk about the legacy films more than others.
We'll have to get him on, talk about it. Um,
I'm gonna shoot my shot.
that's all you can do, man. And if he doesn't respond, I'll try. And if he doesn't respond, Crystal can
Crystal.
try.
Could you imagine if it's me? You're
Uh,
like, I just want to talk about Terminator 2.
it wouldn't surprise me once a female asks.
Yeah, we'll get him one way or the other. Um, but a really cool thing happened this week. So from reviewing Final Days, the opening segment has Robert Lasardo in it, which anyone listening or watching, if you don't know who Robert Lasardo is, he's pretty iconic, like bald head, tattoos from the throat down. He's in like Death Race, Nip Tuck, a shit ton of stuff. But he's in the opening scene of Final Days. So when I reviewed it, I said how much I enjoy his performance and him. I tagged him in it, and then he responded and hit me up and was like, "Hey, like I just put out my first movie, like directorial debut," and he's like, "Would it'd be awesome if you reviewed it." So he sent me a screener for it. It's called American Trash. It's not a horror movie, but it's like this like intense drama about like being on the streets of LA, and he wrote or co-wrote, directed, and starred in it. Um, and it super indie, but like it was just one of those movies that like it has a message
Mhm.
and like you just like feel it, and it was really fucking good. So yeah, so I got to talk to Robert Lazardo now, so that's cool.
Ian, I forgot to tell you, you know the Desert Fiends movie that you're supposed to watch?
Yes.
He's in the opening of that too.
Oh hell yeah, I love that. Um, so yeah, so yeah, we've been
So
chatting it up,
cool. That's so cool, Ian, that you chatted with him.
right?
I
So
love that.
Love to get him on the podcast at some
I'd
point
be
as well.
super down for that.
We'll make it happen. And then today, yesterday, one of those days, I checked out Their Monsters because Colby told me to.
Banger.
It is. It has one of the gnarliest jump scares in the first 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like
My
I put it
God, you
on.
need to watch it.
I put it on. I watched it yesterday, so I put it on the night before when I went to bed, and that happened, and I was awake instantly. I was like, "What the fuck, dude?"
That happened to me with the asthma journals. I was like falling asleep watching it, like watching the first episode and that first jump scare. I was like, I'm awake now.
Yeah, right.
I'm
But
gonna
no,
watch
yeah,
it. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow morning when my alarm goes off.
there you
Just
go.
alarm goes off, click play.
Yeah, just watch the first 5 minutes. You'll be awake the rest of the day. It's wild. And then today I checked out a short film called Criticized from 2006. Did either of you get to watch that yet?
No, is that the eyeball thing?
It's the eyeball thing.
Oh,
No,
the
I
one
need
you
a
sent.
minute.
Okay.
Yeah,
I need a
yeah.
minute. I have to go to the eye doctors on Monday, so just give me a minute.
Fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, I wanted to make a video about eye trauma. So I was Googling like different movies about, trying to remember different ones I've seen before. And that popped up on a list, and I was like, oh, what's this? Like a short film from 2006 that I've never heard of. So I watched it, and yeah, it's fucking gnarly, and it like it hits just as much now as it did in 2006 because it's about a like a critic or a reviewer who completely trashes this guy's movie, and because of that, like he doesn't get distribution, like it his movie fizzles out, so he kidnaps the dude and essentially tortures him. But yeah, it's like 18 minutes long, but it goes fucking hard, and I loved it.
Hell yeah.
So that
That's
was
why you
something.
got to be nice to all the indie directors because you never know.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just kidding. You should be nice to them regardless because they're doing what they love and we need to support them.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, it just like the whole message of it. Like obviously it was like an extreme, extent of that, but the message is still, very very apparent. Like if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say it. So, yeah, definitely check out Criticized. It was a good time.
That's why I respectfully do negative reviews if they are
Mhm.
negative. I still say a lot of nice things. You're not going to get any of that tomorrow for Until Dawn.
Yeah, but until dawn, we've said this. Well, I know we talked about this before. Like,
Yeah,
if
like
it's
the bigger studios, I don't give a fuck.
right, like I know what you did last summer, tear it down. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna. So, you got a
Yeah, for
billion
sure.
dollars, you'll be fine.
That's true. Did anyone read anything this week?
I think I have 2.5 hours left of Clown in the Cornfield 2.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Two, 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 two.
I don't
It's all
like
about
it better
twos.
than the first one yet. Yet.
I love all three of them, but I think the first one is still my favorite.
Adam's favorite is part 3.
I do love three. I did really like two. They're all good. I love them all.
I still like Influencer better than Clown in the Cornfield.
I still need to read that one.
So fucking good. But yeah, I don't know if I talked about this last week, but like I love the Clown in the Cornfield books. I love the writing, but that I've been reading so much like splatterpunk, like I just wish it was like there's more.
Yeah, I feel
It's
that.
like desensitized me to a fucking extreme point with books now.
Yeah. Like so that's exactly how I felt with the Grady Hendrix book. I mean, at least with Clown in the Cornfield though, it does get pretty like it's pretty gory.
Yeah, it still gets pretty gory and like graphic with its explanations, but
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, it's still not to that level, but it is great regardless. Crystal, did you read anything?
Yeah. I have about 4 hours left in this book called The Night Stalkers. So it's splatterpunk, so it's super gory. It's from, I don't know if you get, probably, they're pretty famous authors. Christopher Triani and Ryan Harding. Um,
Harding
they
sounds familiar.
they co-wrote the book together. So it's about two rival grocery stores. One's called Freshway and the other one's called Devil's Food. And Freshway has to do an overnight shift. So the Devil's Food employees use that to their advantage to basically just wreak a lot of havoc. And it's disgusting. I think it's the most disgusting thing I've ever read in my entire life. Um, and I want you guys to read it because I want to know on a scale of how gross it is. Like, I want you guys to read it and then be like, I can't believe you started Splatterpunk with this book. Like, that's what I want you guys to tell me.
Text it to me and I will buy it tonight and listen to it at
Okay.
work this weekend
Yeah,
because I'm curious.
it's about 8 or 9 hours. Um, but it's disgusting. And like I really want you guys to read it so that you can be like, this is disgusting, you're right. And like, I can't believe you read this or you read this, and then for you to be like, anything else that you read after this is not going to be as disgusting as this book.
I don't know. I think the most disgusting thing I've read is The Dark Side of Hell. But I don't know, I'm very curious to see what you think of Made a Monster.
Yes. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah.
100% match is really
Yeah.
gross too, but that's funny.
Yeah, I think once I start reading Made a Monster, I think, and then I'll gauge and I'll be like, okay, The Night Stalkers is kind of in the same realm, or it's worse, or it's not as bad. Because I don't have any references, because this is the first one that I've ever truly read. And I was listening to it and I think I was like folding my laundry or something. And this one part came on, and I was like, I had to stop what I was doing and be like, what are they doing? What are they doing? What is happening? So that's why I
I'm
need you guys to
I'm
read it.
pumped.
So yeah, that's what I'm almost done with it.
Yeah, I'm stoked to check that out too.
Mm.
Sounds pretty gnarly. I didn't read anything new, but I'm still working on the ARC copy of Scurry. I'm 62% through it.
Chipping away.
Um, chipping away. It comes out tomorrow, so I feel bad I don't have it done right now, but and then I had that audiobook of yep, lost it.
Oh, it sounds so good.
Yeah, right. It is pretty. Oh, of
Yep.
Ghostland.
Mm.
So I'm 35% through that, but we have Spotify Premium, but you only get so many hours a month of audiobooks.
Oh
So I
shit.
reached my fucking limit. So I have to put Ghostland on hold until May. In the meantime, I did pick up the audio of Plastic Monsters, which is the Daniel J. Volpe book. I'm going to start that as soon as I'm done with Scurry. I just didn't want to have three books going at one time because that'd be a lot. So Scurry, I'm hoping to get through here in the next day or two, and then moving on to the next one. So yeah. Um, any physical media this week?
I got two.
Oh,
I
what'd you
know one
get?
of them is the same as you.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
I got Reverse the Punishment,
Oh, yes, that's
which
right.
I'm actually getting notifications of people arguing with each other in my comments right now about it.
Ooh, my favorite. I love when people do that.
I know. I just sit there with popcorn, like I'm watching.
I love
And
it.
and then one I forgot to show last week is probably my new favorite physical media I own.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
my God, I'm jealous. I want one.
And then Nick even signed it for me and he wrote me a funny little letter or note on it. So me, Nick, and Ian, we always like send each other funny like Limp Bizkit like videos and shit like that, just because we love Limp Bizkit. So he said, Colby, I love you so much, brother. Thank you for your support. Let's take over and break stuff. From Nick.
Cute.
I love it.
It was so sweet when I
Nick,
saw that he sent you that.
I was
Nick, if
so
you're listening, can you send me one? I'm just kidding. I don't like doing that. But if you want to, you can.
now that
Like
you
I
said that,
have
he's
I
gonna.
have it, but yours is more special because he signed it and wrote you a little love note. I want a little love note. Where's my
Nick.
fucking love note?
Nick's definitely gonna come back on the podcast soon.
Oh my God,
Oh,
I'm
for
so
sure.
excited because I want to talk to him about Godless.
Sure, for sure. We're going to talk about everything except Godless.
Ah, excuse
Just
me.
kidding. Just kidding.
Excuse me.
Ian, what are your pickups?
I did nothing. I got reversed the punishment, but I behaved more so I didn't have time to go out and search around. So
Same. I was gonna go to the replay store after the movie today, but I was just so fucking mad. I just wanted to get home. Like it ruined anything else I wanted to
I,
do,
I hate
except
that.
talk about the movie.
But yeah, I might go out a little bit this weekend, but we've got our trip coming up here very soon, so
Yeah, we got to be
I
good,
gotta
dude.
yeah, gotta save my bucks. Crystal, did you get anything cool this week?
So this is a follow-up from like the first or second episode I think I was on. This was the Jennifer's Body thing that I was telling you about. I
Oh
have,
yeah.
yeah, I don't
Oh,
know if it's, I just thought it was a cool cover. I don't know if it's like a limited edition.
That's
I just thought it
beautiful.
was cool. Yeah. So I haven't even opened it. And then of course I got these. Let me make sure I don't show my address. These. I got my wrap box.
Yay!
I actually haven't even looked through it yet. Because I'm gonna do. an unboxing, and I don't want to touch anything yet.
You got a white rat. I got a gray one.
Oh yeah, this one's white. Honestly didn't even look at it yet.
I
That
think
one.
mine's white too.
That one's mine. Yep. So I was very happy to see that, and I didn't, yeah, it's still like all tied together. Haven't even opened anything yet. So
After you finish the book, we can have Rob on the podcast too and ask him why he's such a
yeah.
fucked up and sick individual. I know he listens to the show, so I had to
He
say that.
Yep.
I love you, Rob. Shout out to
Right.
Rob. Like, it's no joke. It's one of my favorite books that I've ever read.
Absolutely. Let's say it's all love because we are also fucked up individuals.
Yeah. And we are going to get Crystal there very soon.
Yep, as soon as I finish Night Stalkers, fucking bleeding out of my ears from this book, I'll start this one. So
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that when we had our Thanatomorphose conversation.
Oh yeah, that's what started it. It's so funny because we're all in a group chat, and then Ian and I were texting separately, and I was like, we should get Crystal to watch this, like joking around. And then I said, Crystal's gonna leave the podcast before we even announce that she's fucking on the podcast now. But she's like, when then I sent her the screenshot the next morning, and she's like, fuck you guys, I'm gonna watch it.
yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I'll watch it. And then I remember you texted like a little while and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe you're watching it. I'm like, whatever. It's on Tuesday, I'll watch it. I can't say that I was happy about it, but it was fine. I was like working at the same time and I like look over, like I have my iMac here, my work computer's here, and I look over and I'm like, what is happening? I'm like, what is she doing? She's rotting. Why is she doing that?
How bad do you think her apartment smelled?
Oh God. Oh, so gross. Ugh. I don't know. No idea. I don't know. I don't want to think about it.
All right, we ready to get into sinners or what?
There are legends of people with the gift of making music so true. It can conjure spirits from the past and the future. This gift can bring fame and fortune.
Will somebody take me in your eyes?
But it also can pierce the veil between life and death.
So I tried my hardest not to like overhype it because I've done that to Ian a few times with a couple different movies. So I'm like, I don't want to talk about it that much, but I still have to say how fucking amazing it is. He's gonna see my review. But yeah, so what did you guys think?
Go ahead,
Um,
Crystal.
I cried 4 times. One time was out of how beautifully stunning that one scene is because I was very overwhelmed um of the way that it was shot and everything, and I think that was the purpose of it because of the power that that scene holds and what that scene represents. So it wasn't surprising that that certain scene kind of brought up those emotions. And then the other scenes that I cried were just because there are sad parts in that movie. Like I said in the last episode, I knew nothing about it. The only thing that I knew was that it was about vampires. That's it. Thought it was an action movie. So I was honestly blown away. I don't think I've ever seen a movie like that before. I've seen in this genre, like there have been amazing horror movies that have come out, but I don't think that there has been, and there's other movies that are like that are outside of the horror genre that can bring up those emotions and can project those things onto a screen. But I don't think I've seen those two things interlaced with each other, and I think that's why I liked it so much and why I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that this is like a movie, if that makes sense.
Do you think it's safe to say that Sinners is one of these like generational movies that we get like however long, like just everything about it is perfect. It just blows you the fuck away.
Absolutely.
I'd like to think so. Um, I think that because it has the label of being a horror movie, that it won't ever reach the full potential of what it should, if that makes sense.
Oh,
Because
it's definitely getting robbed at the Oscars this year.
right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that it will ever be at the level that it should. I don't think it will ever get the praise. It's getting a lot of praise, of
Mhm.
course it is. But I don't think it's ever going to be a movie like Oppenheimer. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I honestly feel like they're two completely different movies, of course, but it's never going to reach that potential, which is sad because of the director and the actors that are in it. But I feel like a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, it's a horror movie. Like, how good can it?"
Really not.
Yeah, but it's not. It's really not. But I feel like I don't know. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I know that it's doing really well across the board.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't know. I guess we'll have to see what happens.
Ian, what are your thoughts?
Man, this wasn't even on my radar to begin with.
I,
Like
I
I'd heard,
thought it looked cool. Like,
yeah, like I had heard about, I'd heard the title. I knew it was a new Michael B. Jordan movie. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know if it was a horror movie or not. And then I started to, when it came out, I started to hear all the amazing reviews about it and everything, and kind of, learned a bit more about it from there. And usually, even though I'm like very supportive of horror, indie, primarily indie films, um, anytime there's a bigger movie that a lot of people love, it's usually when I don't enjoy it as much.
mhm.
Um,
Same with me.
so like there's numerous ones out there that a lot of people love and it just doesn't hit for me. So I went into it expecting that. But I went in with zero expectations, and it uh, just like Crystal, it blew me away. Like the entire experience. And yeah, it is a horror movie, but I wouldn't label it a horror movie because it's so much more than that. It's just like an entire experience.
Mhm.
Like it's hard to describe. But yeah, everything about it is perfect. I love every single thing about it.
I feel like the horror aspect of the movie was like a sliver of what this movie was really about. Like, and I
Hmm.
said in my review, it's cool that they marketed it as a vampire movie because then I don't think a lot of the people, like the horror community, would like go out to see it like how they are. But this could have been marketed as a fucking gangster movie, as a blues biopic, as a fucking
Good
even
movie.
like a love story.
Mhm.
Hmm.
It's just it was just such a powerful movie to me in so many different ways. And even with the vampire part, loved every second of it. I thought it was better than 30 Days of Night in that aspect. And I compare it to that because I think the vampires are similar with their veracity and like I guess kind of like the way they move. They don't have like their own language and stuff like 30 Days a Night, but I still, and it wasn't like as graphic as that movie, but I still, that's like the closest comparison I can think of for another vampire movie when it comes to that. But yeah, I loved everything, and then just the fucking dude, that that ending, like the action-packed ending, chef's fucking kiss.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like just a big fuck you to certain people. So
Hmm.
I love literally everything about that movie. And what's the actor's name? Miles Catton?
Oh, the one that played the older
Sammy.
player. Oh, Sammy, the
He's the one
young.
that played Sammy.
Mhm.
That was his first fucking movie.
Yeah, he killed that.
Ridiculous.
Amazing.
Yeah, Miles Catton.
And I didn't know Michael B. Jordan had a twin.
I
Told you
got
this.
stop it. I got so confused. I was like, no, that is not. And I did my research on this movie. You are lying.
I was waiting for a bigger reaction,
That's because I was like,
but you were processing it.
no. No.
Uh, But see, like I am a huge Michael B. Jordan fan. I've loved him since the series of Friday Night Lights. And he he played his twin, but the twins were such different characters. I love that there was like just two different versions of him in the movie.
Hmm. 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 Yeah, and each represented something that's different.
Hmm.
Yeah, they represented two different things, and I think it's really cool. Everything about it and how historically accurate it was,
Hmm.
with everything that was going on during that time, in the Mississippi Delta, and how people, people of color did go to Chicago, during that time. So,
Yeah, I just I didn't expect to be moved the way I was by this movie. And by like certain topics too, like the music, like the way I was moved by like the blues topic in this. Like blues is one of the most important like genres of music out there. We wouldn't have metal if it weren't for blues. We wouldn't have rap music if it weren't for blues. There's so much influence that blues has on everything.
I
I
agree.
mean,
I think blues music is actually a character in the film.
mhm, yeah, absolutely. I'm getting like goosebumps talking about it right now. Like that's how meaningful like just everything in this movie was.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, the
Hmm.
music is like perfect.
Hmm.
Like just everything about the sound, like the music, the soundtrack, the sound design is fucking perfect.
Hmm.
So good.
Yeah. Do you guys know why it's called the blues? Why they're called the blues?
I
I can tell you.
yeah, I think I have an idea, but I don't remember.
Um, so it actually originated from a saying called the Blue Devils. It was it's supposed to represent the feeling that alcoholics go through when they are trying to detox off of alcohol, and then it was then picked up within the Black community, to represent the music, feelings of like sadness, melancholy, and frustration. It makes sense that it was adopted for this, because it reflects like the hardships and the sorrows and the frustrations of the people in color, in this post-slavery world. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I was way off for what I thought it was.
I mean, if
Interesting.
you
That's
think,
why we have Professor Crystal here.
That's right.
uh,
Classes in session. But
uh,
no, what I was gonna say about Michael B. Jordan though, playing two roles, um, I totally forgot. Like I knew that he was playing two roles, but I totally forgot when I started watching the movie. And then the first scene that you see him side by side, I was like, I saw the first one, I was like, oh, like that's Michael B. Jordan. And then I saw the one beside, and I'm like, no, wait, that's Michael B. Jordan. And then it clicked, like, oh, fucker, he's playing both roles. But like usually when there's two, when there's one actor playing two roles, it's it's pretty smooth, but you could still tell like it's pretty apparent in some scenes. With this movie, it's flawless. Like it looks and feels like two separate people playing those roles. It's
when
wild.
when they were passing, I think they did it. They did this on purpose. When they were passing that cigarette around to each other, like, did you notice like the cinematography kept zooming in on certain things, like just showing like how fucking well done it is?
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
fucking loved that.
mm-hmm.
yeah, it was
I
so
didn't
good.
even know. I didn't even know they were twins. The movie started, and I was like, "Oh, there's two of them." I was like,
There's two
"Oh,
of them.
twins!" And that's how much I did not know about this movie. I was like, "Oh, there's two."
Every
So
woman's dream. Two Michael B. Jordans.
I was waiting. I was waiting to see those comments, but that was on the other. That was on a different part of TikTok. So I did not see anybody commenting that.
Of course, it's Colby that fucking says it.
I was thinking it as soon as I saw it. I was like, "Oh."
So if you're watching or listening and you haven't seen Sinners, this is the point where you pause this and you go watch Sinners, because what the fuck are you doing? Go see the movie. But we're gonna just kind of talk freely. So there's not really spoilers per se for the most part, but you know, go watch the movie, come back, and then you'll know exactly what we're talking about. So from here on out is spoiler talk. So let's get into it.
So right from the beginning, when he's in that church and there's those few little demonic jump scares, I was like, "Fuck, this movie's gonna be like a lot different than I thought already. Like I thought I was going to kick into the horror instantly with that, but it's just like a little taste of what you're going to get later, but I still really liked it.
Yeah, the beginning threw me off because I knew it was obviously kind of starting at the end.
Mhm.
And typically I'm kind of 50-50 on that. And so I was kind of unsure about it at first, but then, once it unfolded, like I was like, oh, like I was all about it. So I love the way that it started. And knowing it was a vampire movie with starting that way with him all bloody, I thought he was going into the church to just take out a bunch of vampires.
I did too. I thought that too.
I honestly don't know what I thought with the opening scene. I thought I was like missing something because it was so quick. I was like, wait, what was that? Wait. I'm
Mm.
confused. But then as obviously when he walks into the church and you see that his face, he has the mark across his face. I was just like, that's when you're kind of just like trying to figure it out. And you're like, okay, this is gonna be most likely our main character that we follow. Um, but yeah, that was cool. I like that where it gave you just like it was literally like a millisecond
Mhm.
of the previous night. So
And that's something I wasn't expecting either. I thought Michael B. Jordan was the star of this movie, not Miles Canton, who played Sammy, which I love how it turned out.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because he was the one that was the most powerful because he was the one that had he was the one that was well, most important to the vampires.
Hmm.
More so Remick, I think his name was, the leader,
Mhm.
because Sammy had this extraordinary music ability to like bridge the gap between the past, present, and future, which is what you saw in that scene when he starts playing the blues.
Right.
And um Remick, the head vampire, I guess you want to say, he wanted to like harness his power to reconnect like with his heritage and his cultural identity, which is why I think you see him outside when he's dancing. He's doing like the Irish jig kind of thing dance. Um, and he lost that when he became a vampire. Because obviously when you become a vampire, like you lose your
You lose,
soul.
yep, your soul.
So he wanted to like harness Sammy's power to reconnect with his ancestors and his heritage. So I think that's why Sammy is like the main character because Remick can like regain his humanity from
Hmm.
Sammy. So
Yeah, and that's how the vampires originally found them was because of his
eh,
music. And in the beginning, because his dad is a pastor, what do they call him? Something boy,
Future boy.
preacher boy. Yes, preacher boy. His father's a preacher, and it goes into it a little bit in the very beginning about his dad telling him that his music can open like doors to let in like evil and demons and shit, which I thought he was just preaching bullshit. But yes, that is a saying as well, like back then. So it was really cool how it like actually played out like that. Like there's just so many like little subtle messages throughout the movie, and then it like transpires into something bigger later on. Like it's just so fucking good, dude. I don't even know what else to say. Like it's just fucking incredible.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, there's so many different layers, so many different things going on. It keeps seeing people like refer or not refer, but compare it to From Dusk Till Dawn because of how it plays out with the
Mhm.
vampires and all that. And honestly, that's probably like my go-to movie to say, like, if I were to compare it. But From Dusk Till Dawn is just a fun vampire movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is so much different. Like it's has a message. It has something to say, and like it's just so layered and it's powerful. Like that fucking music scene is probably
Ugh.
the best scene, like my favorite, most powerful scene that I've ever seen in any movie ever.
I choked up like
Oh,
big time
absolutely.
watching that.
Literally one tear down my cheek, like I told you guys, like
Yeah.
right here, because I was like, I literally was like this. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Um,
Like the best word to describe it, like it's literally one of the most beautiful scenes like
Hmm.
ever.
mm-hmm.
Just showing the generation like how blues evolves and what it does for other cultures.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
fucking I thought it was brilliant and beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, okay, so going back to what I was saying before when I spoke. Smoke and Stack, like it took me a little bit to actually, I want to retract that. It took me a second to maybe start to see how they're different. But then it kind of clicked because the first thing that they do when they come back into town is like Stack goes out and he figures out who's gonna work for them that night, and then Smoke goes to see the woman that he's obviously in love with. I think her name was Anna.
I thought their relationship was so beautiful too.
Yeah, he goes back and he visits their baby that they
Hmm.
lost, and they reconnect. And then you see that I believe her name is Annie. She represents this power. Like she has a little bit of like magic in her.
Hmm.
She gives him the pendant that he was wearing. Um, and as I was saying before, um, the end of the movie, yeah, right before Smoke died, he has a vision of Annie and the child that they lost. So like it makes sense that that's his ending because he always saw himself as a soldier
Hmm.
and he saw himself as a killing machine and he didn't think that he was able to like be forgiven. So he thought that he needed to sacrifice himself, which is why I think he went back and did what he did. Um, so I think that was really the only ending that he should have is to be reunited, to die, and then be reunited with Annie and the baby that they lost because he saw himself as a father and a father figure. We saw that with Sammy too. So,
The two other parts that made me cry was when Annie died,
yep.
and then when he had the vision of her and the baby. Like
Mhm.
when she got bit, I like audibly gasped in the theater. I was like, "No!"
Yeah, yeah, and then you could see that even the other characters that were vampires were like, no, don't, like I can't believe you killed her, like he
Mhm.
staked her. Um and you could also see that Annie, she knew the twins really well too, and she didn't really want Smoke to be working with Stack because she knows what kind of person he is. Not that he's a bad person, he's he's out to win. He's out to be on top. Like he
He's
wants the
reckless.
money. Yes, yes, yes. So it made sense that he kind of embraced the immortality part at
Mhm.
the end of the movie. And then you know, of course you see it in the post-credit scene that he's completely embraced it. So,
Yeah, because there's two endings to this movie,
mhm.
and both are just very meaningful and very fantastic. Also, the first ending for right after he sees the vision of the baby and his girl, when he just unloads that magazine
Yes.
on the dude
Yes.
laying there.
Dude, it's the
I was
most
like,
satisfying but
yes.
beautiful
Yes.
ending ever.
I
It
was, yeah.
went it went so hard and I love that part.
Oh, it was such a good movie. Um, this is actually Ryan Coogler's first film from his original idea,
Hmm.
which I thought was really cool. And he used the relationships in his own life for inspiration. Um, one was with his grandfather, which was cool. Um, and Sinners is the only horror movie in 35 years to receive an A grading,
For the
according to
critic score.
Mhm.
yeah. So,
Insane. Oh, also another thing we didn't talk about is how did you notice that the vampires also represented like the KKK a little bit?
Mhm.
How they were because they were like the white vampires and all that. And then the actual KKK at the end is the whole fucking army that he fucking kills.
mm,
I just think it's so fucking cool.
there's so much symbolism in it because if you think about it, like vampires are like succubuses. They're
Mm,
people that kind of feed off of other people. And what has a lot of people said, I don't want to speak on behalf of the Black community because I'm white, but um, from what I've heard is there are a lot of things that are taken from Black culture and Black heritage and the Black
mm,
community, and it is used for you know, people that are not within that community. So I think that all of that's a symbolism within itself. Like Remick is white, and
Mhm.
he wanted to use Sammy's power, who is a person of color. So I think it all has such crazy symbolism to it, if you really think about it.
Yes, I
Mhm.
agree.
Mm,
Yeah, I thought, I mean, that was like the most kind of upfront one of like the vampires are very much the white man
mm,
and kind of infiltrating that culture and slowly kind of bringing everyone over to their side while also taking all of their culture.
mm.
Like, yeah, it was perfect symbolism, and I thought it was like very, very obviously extremely well done, but like it was just a very powerful message of like using vampires as that metaphor of what has actually happened and still happens. It's wild.
Right. Yeah. Because if you think about what do vampires do, they suck the life out of someone. So, what do other cultures, especially the white community, what do they do to other cultures? We suck the life out of it and use it for our own good. Um, so yeah. The vampires, though, I will say I liked how it kind of stuck more to this a little bit of mix of Nosferatu and Dracula, though. Like it kind
Mhm.
of stuck to this to the same rules.
Mhm.
Um, so like killed by a steak. I like the part where they all start to eat the garlic.
I was
It was just
cracking up when they were trying to get them to invite them in because they can't like just go in there.
Oh
I
my
was
God,
cracking up during
right?
those parts.
dude,
Yeah.
I love the garlic scene because it's straight from the thing.
Yes, 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 yes.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
Yep. The sunlight kills them. They have to be invited in. I think it
Mhm.
was really shows also Annie. She picked up on it right away. She was like, "You've been in and out of here all night. Why can't you just walk in?" And
Yep.
then she was the one that figured everything out. Because obviously he's a vampire, have to be invited in. And of course they drink human blood. It didn't really say that's what they needed to survive, but we have to assume that because it's everything else about them was on par with what we know about vampires. Um, so it
And
was cool.
that's another cool thing about it. Like it sticks to the traditional vampire roles. It doesn't change the game when it comes to that, but it just tells it in a much different way, in a much more powerful and stronger way that it just fucking works.
Mm-hmm. I just thought of that's so interesting. We got Nosferatu in December, and then we got Sinners in April. Like we got two vampire horror movies that that's interesting. I just realized that.
I do have just one tiny little negative thing to say. I wanted to know more about the Indians that were tracking the vampires.
Ooh, ooh. So I kind of looked it up,
I was
but it's
hoping you would have something about it.
because the only reason I know about it is because I was looking into the Mississippi Delta.
Mhm.
And so in the Mississippi Delta, um, it represents the history of the people who live there, starting with the Native Americans. So the Native Americans were the first that settled onto the Mississippi Delta, where they practiced like small scale farming. So I don't know if it was drawing from that, or because they were the first ones there, which means maybe they know the most about. I don't know. I don't know.
So also kind of like a little thing too that the whites also took everything away from the Indians.
Hmm.
Mhm.
That's what I took. That's what I gathered from it. Like I would have loved to see them more because those characters seemed really really interesting.
Yeah.
But I that's what I took from it was they were the Native Americans warning the white people of this threat, and they just since they weren't white, they didn't listen to them, and they just went about their way, almost kind of like pushed aside, forgotten about,
Mhm.
and that's what I took from that, like just very much in that symbolic way
I love that. It's a
of
very ironic
mhm,
symbolism too.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think maybe that's what Ryan Coogler was doing with that because the only, like I said, when I was looking into like the Mississippi Delta, that's I found that they were the first settlers. So I was like, maybe they're the ones that know the most about the knowledge of the land and the things that connected to their heritage. But yeah, that's the only thing that I think would maybe connect to that. Yep, because then after the white people came in, the Native Americans, they would hunt with the Native Americans. But then, of course, with the white people coming in, that's when they brought in their slaves. And that's where you see all of the landscape of the Delta start to change because all of these big, powerful corporations were building on the land. And the people of color were cheap labor. So that's kind of what you see even after the Civil War and the Emancipation. Um, you know, of course, the people of the South in this area didn't do what they were supposed to do. So it was still very hard, and there was Jim Crow laws and segregation still. Um, so I also looked into like what the juke joint was because I
Mhm.
didn't realize like what those represented. So I think that was really interesting that the twins wanted to open that. Because it was just a place for people of color to get away from those places that enforced the Jim Crow laws and
Yep.
segregation because they weren't allowed to go into the bars. Um, and it just gave them their own space to like enjoy themselves away from the people that were suppressing them. So I learned so much. I mean, I knew about this stuff, but
Mhm.
like I feel like I was able to let it kind of play like while I was looking into it, I let the movie kind of play in my head while I was doing it, and I was just like, okay, this is all, like it's very, very historically accurate. So, in my opinion, as a white person, so
Yeah, absolutely. And also, can we talk about how badass Grace is?
was that Haley Steinfeld? Which one?
No, it was the Asian lady, the mom,
Oh,
Dude, I
yeah,
loved the Asian families so
right?
fucking much.
She like literally goes up in flames just to like try
yeah.
to
Yeah,
save her daughter.
bad bitch.
Like, dude, when that was probably one of the most shocking moments for me because I was expecting her just to try to get away to like get to
Mhm.
her daughter, but like she played it smart to not lead them to her and
Right.
just fucking like kept on doing what she's doing as she's going up in flames. I was like, holy fuck, like this is a badass.
Yeah, dude, the character like development of like every single character, like it was meaningful in this fucking movie.
Yeah,
And yeah, like
there's not a bad. I mean, there's obviously like the bad, like the white man, the Ku Klux Klan shit. But
mhm,
like as far as like a character in a movie, like there's not a like a weak character,
not a single weak character.
and every single performance is fucking fantastic. Like
Dude,
there's not a weak moment in this movie.
Except for
Haley,
maybe the guy goes to pee outside, but
yeah, I loved him too. He was funny. He was one of the
Oh my
funniest
god, yeah.
characters.
but he didn't know what
Um,
he was up against. Like if he
And
knew what he was up against, he probably would have been real strong. So he had no idea what was going on.
oh, cornbread.
yeah, cornbread. And yeah, Haley Steinfeld, fucking queen in this movie.
I
Mhm.
have never seen her in a movie like this before. I remember her from like, it wasn't she on like the Disney Channel or some shit?
I just know her as Josh Allen's girlfriend.
I feel like she was in some kind of Disney movie or some other movie. I don't know.
I did look her up, but I can't, right after the movie because I was like, who is this? But I
Oh
don't.
no, she was a singer. My
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, I
See,
don't
I know her
remember
name, but
anything that
like,
she's in.
yeah, I think I know her name from like tabloids and shit, but I don't really know anything
That's
about her.
that's all I knew about her was that she's dating the Buffalo Bills quarterback.
Mm, interesting. Um, Also, I wanted to touch on fucking Delroy Lindo.
Dude.
Fucking, I had no idea he was in this, and when he showed up, I was like, "Let's fucking go!" Like I've loved that dude for so long,
Like it's
and
hard to pick a favorite character in this movie because they're all so strong, but he is
they
up
are.
there. He is
Yeah,
up there for me.
I
Mhm.
love that dude.
I think
So
the
fucking
part
good.
going back to what you were saying about Grace, the part where she gets real pissed and she grabs the Molotov cocktail and she was like, come on in or something. I was like, Oh my God.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, you're dumb," and then I'm like, "Oh, but you're fucking awesome. Let's
Yeah,
go."
insane.
It's
Yeah,
like,
that was another shocking moment. Yeah,
yeah,
when she's like, "Come on in," and you're just
yeah,
like, "What did you do?" But then she like
yeah.
fucking she just like takes that stance, and you're like, "Let's fucking go."
So, a big question here. Would you like Ryan Coogler to do a sequel, but start like off in the 90s? Like where it ended with that, with Sammy and them in the bar? Or are you just
Mm-mm.
set with how it is?
I don't think anything else is needed.
I wouldn't be upset with a sequel, but I am satisfied.
Yeah, 100%. Like, not that I don't think he could do a sequel.
Mm.
I feel like this told exactly the story it needed to, and I don't think, as far as a story or a whatever a story goes, that it needs anything else. Like, it stands on its own. It is perfect and powerful, exactly how it is.
I agree.
Agreed. I don't think it needs anything else. Not saying that it wouldn't be bad. I'm just saying it is perfect the way that it is. That world needs nothing else, in my opinion.
I got a kick out of the fact, so the mid credit scene, whenever they visit Sammy when he's old in the bar, and then they offer to turn him.
Mhm.
Like, you're gonna offer to turn him now when he's like fucking 80 years old? Like, what's he gonna do?
I
Even
would
if
have
he's
said
a
yes.
vampire. I would have said yes when was younger,
Mm.
but like 80-year-old, like, yeah, you're gonna live forever as an 80-year-old. Come on
No
now.
thanks.
I got a kick out of that though.
I did. Yeah, I did. I did like that part. But any more final thoughts before something huge I forgot to talk about as well? It still pertains to Ryan Coogler.
Let me check my notes. Nope, we already talked about that. We already talked about that. Okay, we're good.
I will mention how filthy this movie is. I was not expecting.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
already that language that came out of her mouth. I was like, oh my Lord.
And what to do with your tongue in certain
Right?
places. I was like, what?
That part. I was like, what?
I loved it, but it definitely caught me off guard. I was not expecting
Yeah,
it.
for
But
sure.
Who
hell
did
yeah,
he?
let's go filthy.
So this is something I've been getting back into lately, like something I've been fucking hyped about, watching them all over again. They're talking about Ryan Coogler rebooting the fucking X-Files.
I'm all about it.
I am
Oh,
all
I
in.
saw that. Oh my
Yeah.
God. So would it be a TV show? Would it be a show again? Or would
Yeah,
it
it'd be a
be?
show. I'm sure it'd be I like Hulu owns the rights to X-Files right now.
Yeah.
So I think Hulu also has Fox and Disney, whatever. But so it'd still be the same, like where X-Files originally aired. So I would be all fucking for it.
Yeah, I'm all about it. I haven't seen, like, I've seen Black Panther, like both Black Panther movies. I haven't seen any of the Creed movies. But yeah, if it's anything as far as horror, that's, in this realm, I'm all about it.
Mhm.
So let's go.
Michael B. Jordan's in every single episode playing.
I would be no Michael B. Jordan's gonna be the modern day Mulder.
I was just gonna say that he's gonna be the
Could
Could-
you
He's playing Mulder and
imagine?
Scully.
Yes. Oh, dude, Michael B. Jordan is Mulder and Haley Steinfeld is
I was just
Scully.
gonna say that.
Make it fucking happen.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'm all for it.
Oh
I mean,
man.
after Sinners, he can announce anything, and I'm gonna be there for it.
And he could literally do anything with X-Files because X-Files is just like the monster of the week. Like it has like its alien storylines and stuff, but it has a monster of the week. It has vampires. It has fucking like the Loch Ness monster creature. There's so many different things he could do and just show even more of his abilities if he were to do the X-Files.
Yeah, yeah. I'm down 100%.
It would definitely be well, I mean it is popular, but I'm just saying like new generations would find it because I don't
Mhm.
know how many new generations watch the X-Files now, but
The new
um
generation's X-Files is supernatural.
true, that's right. Um but maybe it'll bring a newer audience to the
It could
X-Files.
bring them together as one. because I absolutely think he would do justice.
Jensen Ackles in there. Maybe not the other one. What's the other guy's name that plays in Supernatural?
The one
Uh,
in Friday the 13th and House of Wax.
Yeah, yeah.
I like him better than Jensen Ackles, honestly.
I used to, and now the more that I see both of them act, I think Jensen Ackles is a far better actor.
Mhm.
oh yeah, I
Dude,
love Jensen
he was
Ackles.
amazing in The Boys.
Yes,
Yeah. Yep. That's cool. I would definitely watch that for sure.
absolutely. Yeah, I can't wait. I want it now.
So, personally, I think this is the best movie so far of the year. It's only April. I am going to be extremely surprised if anything tops this one.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think as far as a movie, yeah, it's definitely movie of the year.
It's going to take a lot.
hmm
Like
Absolutely.
Hoagie was my number one for a while. And then this blew it out of the water.
You guys don't think Strangers Chapter 2 is going to be better than this?
I'm not even going to act like you asked that question.
Wait, but
Yeah, like that's
what about 28 years later?
I think it's
That
going to be good, but I don't think it's going to top this.
this one's gonna
Coded,
be hard to top, like as a movie. Like there might be another horror movie that I like more as a horror movie, but as far as just a movie, like just as an experience, I don't think anything's gonna top this.
should I turn
what
the
about
camera?
what about Five Nights of Freddy 2?
I
Five
Five
like
Nights
Nights of
Five Nights at
Freddy,
Freddy's. I do enjoy that one.
of 2.
Freddy for Five Nights. But yeah, like there's movies I'm hyped for this year.
No, guys, I think Strangers Chapter 2 might be a good contender for better than Sinners. I don't know about you. Just
What's going to be worse? I know what you did last summer or Strangers Chapter 2.
oh, I don't know. Probably Strangers.
Because
I'm rooting for Strangers. I really am.
So bad.
I know the first one's like I didn't hate it. I'm just like
I
it was
hate
just like in the middle for me. Like, this is a movie. But
like
I'm really rooting for that. Like I know it's probably not gonna be good, but I'm rooting for it.
Until Dawn was bad, but I don't see a lot of movies topping the kills in this one. So that is the only redeeming shit for
Mhm.
Until Dawn. I but yeah, I think my go-to for the worst is either going to be I Know What You Did Last Summer or Strangers.
it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Mm.
I mean, there is Shiver Me Timbers.
I was gonna watch that. I was gonna watch that the other night. I think I told you guys that. Yeah, 'cause I saw it.
Oh,
Man,
yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't like I said, as far as a movie, as far as an experience, as far as a feeling, a feeling that's comparable to how I felt during that entire movie, I don't think anything's gonna top it. And it's weird because like I as I was in the movie theater, it was like an hour in, and it like occurred to me like this like any other movie like this, like where the horror hasn't even begun yet, and we're an hour in. Like by all accounts, I shouldn't like this movie, just judging by that. But I was like, I love this movie. Like,
yeah, I was locked in.
yeah, like a vampire could never show up, and I am still locked in completely all about this movie.
There could have been there could have been no vampires in the movie, and I still would love it just as much.
Yeah, yeah, and then so that's how I knew like when like that occurred to me of like I any other time I would probably be fucking asleep in the theater right now. But I'm so locked in. Like this
Right.
is so fucking good.
Right. You're like, oh shit, wait, there's like still because I had the same feeling too. I was like, oh shit, wait, there's still scary stuff that's gonna happen.
Mhm.
There's still horror coming. So it was really cool that that was gonna happen. But no, I agree with you. I don't think there's gonna be a movie that there hasn't been a movie that has really done th I felt so many emotions at one time and was so overwhelmed. Um in a very long time. So, which is really cool because there's a lot of movies that come out and there's a lot of horror movies that come out and there's a lot of regular movies that come out and um it's cool to see that there's directors out there that are still um keeping true to what they want to do and there's hope. There's hope for this, especially now that apparently the panel for people, I don't know if you guys saw this for the Oscars, they have to watch all the movies now because apparently I guess they weren't watching all the movies that were nominated. I don't know if you guys saw that. I thought it was fake.
I did not,
I don't
but
really
I
read
know.
anything when I see it's attached to the Oscars.
Right.
Yeah.
So apparently it's a new rule now that the Academy has to watch all the movies that are nominated in order to be a part of the voting. I
That's
honestly thought it was
ridiculous.
fake.
That's wild. Yeah, I mean the Academy is just like the government. It's made up of a bunch of old as fuck white men.
Yep.
So yeah, I've been anti-Oscars for a long time, but I know it's probably gonna get snubbed, but this movie deserves all the awards.
Everything.
I think it deserves it
Everything.
more than The Substance did.
Yes, I love the substance, but yeah, this is this is powerful. Like this is a movie that means something,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fucking fantastic.
Right. Not that the substance didn't have a message, but that's just like on another fucking level.
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
way that it's shot with the IMAX and the different films and the everything about it.
I
So,
mean, I can understand because The Substance was very anti-Hollywood, so I can see why it did get snubbed too.
Yeah, I didn't mean to say that the substance didn't have a message, but
Oh no,
it's
the
just,
message in this is way fucking deeper.
yeah, absolutely.
whatever. Fuck
Agreed.
Hollywood. So
Fuck them.
fuck Hollywood.
This is
I mean,
fun though.
unless you want to put me in a movie, but other
Yeah,
than
yeah.
I take it back.
Crystal,
It's not-
it's not too late to come to Reno with us in
It
2 weeks.
wasn't me. It was
Let's go
AI.
to Reno.
Yeah, Crystal, come to Reno with us in 2
It's
weeks.
not Hollywood.
In 2 weeks?
Let's go.
Yeah, you want to get killed by Bigfoot with us?
No. What?
Just broke my little heart.
I don't even know what the question was. Get killed by Bigfoot? Oh,
Yes.
no.
We're gonna get her to get killed with us in a movie.
Oh,
soon.
absolutely. Yep, it's gonna happen.
But yeah, I think that's all I got for now.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I really enjoyed just doing this one movie thing.
Yeah, we'll have to do it. Do it from time to time.
Yeah.
For sure. Crystal, anything else to add before we wrap it up?
No, but if you're listening to this, you need to go watch Sinners. If you haven't seen it, if you have seen it, go watch it again. If you've seen it twice, go watch it 3 times. Thanks.
I'm going again tomorrow.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I do want to see it again. I just want to live in that scene. In that music scene.
Yes.
It's so fucking good. All right. Well, I guess that'll do it for another week of House of Ghouls. Just like Crystal said, if you haven't seen Sinners and you've made it this far, go see Sinners.
And if you haven't rated us 5 stars on Spotify or Apple yet, do that as well to push us out as far as we can go.
Yes, that too. So much good advice right now. Hit up the social media, Facebook, Instagram, Discord. All the links are in the show notes. We're going to work on some new stuff. So all the merch that's up there now is probably going to be gone for the most part. But yeah, there's going to be new merch, some new big announcements. You'll never guess what it is. And yeah, so all that said, we appreciate you. We love you. Stay safe out there, and we will see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
What if everything you know is someone else's dream?
There you go. That's it.